love it. Oh. All right, Anthony. 30-minute timer.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting back to my strictness.
All right, 30. No, that's the stopwatch. Did you hear that they're going to put the stopwatch? That's the alarm. Where's the timer? Let's just do this. 30-minute timer. There we go. Did you hear that on iOS, the next one, they're going to have the stopwatch actually show on the lock screen? So you'll actually be able to use it?
That is a good point. It is pretty useless.
Yeah, like unless you've got it up or
Yeah.
set your display to never sleep.
Huh. No, I had not heard that. You know why?
What?
Because I don't read Mac rumors on the daily. Is that where you heard it?
That is.
Yeah. Not that I judge you. Actually, I kind of like that you do that because then you tell me interesting things. That one I don't necessarily count, but you tell me interesting things about Mac that I wouldn't ordinarily know.
Yeah.
So welcome back to Candid Creatives.
Yeah, welcome back.
We skipped a week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because this will come out the next, unless we want to do it. This will come out the following slot.
Got it. So yeah, no good reason. No good reason.
Not even a bad reason.
Yeah, no sickness. Well, yeah, but no sickness this time. No
No.
sickness, no deadline, just a little bit of disorganization. Mostly
And
on my
marital
part.
issues.
Just really deep,
We were
dark.
couples therapy
Perhaps.
that's what actually
Sobbing.
overrode.
No, we were actually just talking with I'm gonna call him a friend. He's a new friend. He's been Anthony's friend for a while. New friend
Yeah.
to me. Anyway,
Yeah.
and he was asking like, do we ever fight? And we were like, no. no, not really. Not really. And he's like, ever thought about couples therapy? And we're like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Aren't we the lucky ones? So you guys are getting a special edition, kind of Candid Creatives. We'll call it Candid Creative Cocktails, even though it's wine.
Triple C.
You're not having Chardonnay, right? Because that would be at Candid Creatives Chardonnay.
No,
No.
I'm having another white.
Does it start with a C? Lie to me. Lie to me.
It does.
Okay. Cheers, Anthony.
Cheers.
Clink. Okay, so
Another C word.
we already talked about what we're going to talk about, and now I've forgotten.
Last word.
Oh yeah. We have kind of an announcement that's exciting, probably to us only.
Right.
Do you want to make the announcement?
No, I think you should.
Okay, so
This is how we avoid fights. Just, do you want to, no. Why don't you do that?
unless I don't want to, then I tell you to. Yeah, this is
Right.
pretty good. You just have to be direct. I want that. I don't want that. You do that.
Yeah, it
No.
makes bedtime real
I
fun.
was just gonna say I knew you were gonna have a have a comment there. Okay, so we have Candid Creatives. Obviously, that's a joint venture, but we have sort of resurrected.
Yeah?
We have resurrected what was really our first
You mind
joint.
if I do this?
No, why?
Just when you're facing that way, it'll pick you up better
Oh, so they can hear my voice.
so they can hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to face the camera. He said I
no,
can't.
you can. You can. I mean,
Are
no,
we fighting?
we are fighting. This
Okay.
is how we fight. But I'm saying, go ahead and do that. I just want to make sure that they can still hear you.
Okay, so we are resurrecting our first ever joint kind of professional project.
Yes.
And that is Last Word. Specifically, it's Last Word Designs. That's the URL. And it started as Last Word Designs. Now we're kind of rebranding a little bit to just make it less about only design.
Right.
Because it's kind of like a catch-all umbrella. But yeah, so long story short, Last Word Designs is now back up live. It was for a while, pointing to a redirect, I think, on my website. And it's basically sort of our joint combined... We make stuff for authors, which we've been doing quietly the whole time. It's basically websites for authors.
Yeah, it kind of
Right?
became.
I'm not,
yeah,
I need to work on my pitch.
yeah. This is like a really long. It's like an elevator pitch, but it's like a
Yeah.
never-ending. It's like being stuck
It's
in
like
the elevator.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well,
Okay.
you came to the right place for comedy, everyone. Hey, I'm a funny guy. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Yikes.
No, but yeah, it started out as kind of a side. It was always kind of a side hustle. You became an author and then realized, oh my God, authors' websites in general are terrible. They need so much help.
Yeah, pretty quickly. Actually, to go into the origin of it, it was, so I got a book deal, got an agent, and pretty much the first thing they'll tell you with those things is, okay, great. We have the book. In the meantime, start up social media. That's easy. And also get a website. And I would think, because you're very tech savvy and I have, a web marketing background. But when it comes to actually like starting a website from scratch, it's a little bit intimidating. And everybody goes to WordPress, and
WordPress is terrible.
WordPress sucks.
It's
We hate
disgusting.
WordPress. It's disgusting. And really, like, this is what people don't understand, because everybody thinks, oh, well, WordPress is free. Technically, yes, WordPress is free to use. But if you actually want WordPress to work well and look good, you are going to have to pay, like, for the templates, for a designer, for a developer, for the plugins. You have to worry about the plugins. Long story short, I didn't love that route at all. And a friend, Laura, hi Laura, if you listen to this, Laura Treelevin introduced me to Squarespace. And she said, hey, this is a company I've been watching for a while. And she put together just a sexy, it was exactly what I wanted. It was this, I'm like, I didn't have a book out at the time. So I needed something to say like Lauren Lane at the top that had my bio, that had a place to tell them about at the time. It was Accidentally Love. That was supposed to be the book title. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, right. I remember that.
Yeah, no, that's a better title than Only With You, but whatever. They changed it. Anyway, yeah. And so that was kind of start. And I got pretty addicted to Squarespace, and it was fun to tinker with. And then not long after that, I started to make author friends, who I very quickly learned they also want, am I talking wrong again?
No, you're fine.
Like, yeah, basically all authors need websites, and all authors face the same pickle that I did of like, where to start. This is terrible. What do I do? So yeah, we kind of just did that. We started doing it for other authors.
Yeah,
for money.
Gross. And yeah, we built a ton of websites for people, and I think we changed a lot of lives in the process.
I would like to think so. Anyway, and then we kind of tabled it for a while.
Well,
It was backburnered.
Yeah, it was backburner because we took on some larger projects, which were great, and then it became like unwieldy, I think, to be able to service new clients in the way that they needed to be serviced. So, it was.
Yeah, it was. For a while there, I was actually, it's kind of funny that we've come full circle, because for a while there I was like, I quit. I hate this. But I think in hindsight, the problem, I never really hated it, but I think in hindsight, the problem was we weren't really, I think, setting good expectations with clients in terms of what to expect and how long, like the level of effort essentially.
Right. Well, I think that's any freelancer goes through that kind of growing pain of learning how to push back or set expectations or set boundaries with clients. And I feel like we eventually got there.
Yeah, that's actually a whole topic, because we're talking about creatives. And since we were just talking about this today, we won't get into details. But basically, and actually I kind of think this is funny because it ties into fearless, which is your theme word, and It's Handled, which is mine, of I think, like, maybe it's just like as we like grow older and more confident or more assertive, whatever the case may be. I think part of what's made me want to like resurrect this, and I think both of us I know it's mostly going to be my thing, but you're going to be helping with all the stuff I don't want to do.
I'm roped right back in.
Yeah, you're definitely pulled in. But it's almost like, okay, I want to do the stuff that I want to do as it relates to the business, and also charge what I'm worth. And that has been a huge, well, I'm still struggling with it. Every time I go to the website, like I'm always feeling like I'm like apologizing for like, this is how much it costs. And I think that's really where
I know. I don't know what your problem is. Just put a dollar sign on it.
No, it's, I know exactly what my problem is. And it's that authors don't want to pay that. And I can't tell you, there's been few authors, some that we've worked with before, some that are new, that are like, oh, I really want a website. And then you tell them how much it is. And this isn't even what I'm going to be charging now. This is like closer to our old prices. And it was already compromising, and they just don't respond. They immediately they're like, LOL, no way. Like, it shouldn't cost that much. And I'm like, well, go find another designer. Like, this is really, I think I'm trying to like own that a little bit in terms of like, you know what? I am done building a 70-page website plus all the custom branding, and you don't want to pay more than $1,000.
Yeah.
So we're done with that era. We are now into a new era, which is website templates. And I'm pretty excited about that as well.
I am too.
Is this topic boring? I feel like, are people going to be bored by this?
I don't know.
I know.
I mean, I think we should talk about maybe some of the truths or the challenges that we face in this world. I think we can make any topic interesting.
All right.
And I would focus, I think we should think about like, what would we want to listen to? This is a meta moment right now.
It
We're
is,
breaking
it
the
is.
fourth wall and talking directly at people.
Yeah, I think we do that a lot in here because I'm like, what do you guys want this podcast to be? As opposed to what I'm just going to keep going with it.
Yeah,
So
after a brief little soliloquy there.
Yeah, I do always question that because I feel like we change topics quite a bit on the podcast, and maybe that's okay.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
discovering who we are as a
That's
podcast.
true. You know, I was thinking we should call, in hindsight, if we knew we were going to be doing this, we should have called it Last Word. So then it would
We
have
can
been
always change
consistent.
it.
I
I
know,
mean,
do
it's
a little
not-
rebrand.
Yeah, change the color and everything. No, I don't think anyone would notice.
Probably not. All 8 people are like, it used to be orange, now it's green.
It's like all those people that are like, "Oh, I've thought about quitting comedy," and it's like, yeah, do it. There's nobody notices.
Do a lot of people talk about that? I know
Yeah,
a lot of
like-
writers talk about talking writing or quitting writing.
I'm mostly poking fun at the ones who do it on stage. Like I've thought about quitting, and it's like,
yeah.
who then just quit? You don't need to announce. Like, I mean, that's different, I would say, than comics talking about it behind the scenes, where it's like, yeah, I've thought about getting out. Those people, I would say, like, well, think about it. Don't necessarily jump to conclusion.
Yeah.
This is a hard road. I mean, I've thought about it, but it's like, I mean, do you want to keep doing it or do you not? But the people who do it on stage and say, "Oh, I've thought about quitting comedy," it's like, yeah, then you should have done it before you took the stage
Yeah.
and
Yes,
recorded this.
Yeah, it's the same as like when people talk about quitting social media on social media.
Right?
I mean,
which I think
I'm sure
I've done.
I have done it too. But yeah, I mean, like I think the best way if you're gonna do it, I think like maybe let people know, which I didn't do last time. Like, oh, posting, ghost. But yeah, I think you'd be like, hey, yeah, this isn't for me. Bye, I'm out. Not do that and then reply to all the comments and then have a couple more farewell posts. Just peace out.
Yeah, there was actually an actress I worked with who I followed her on social media, and then she posted like, yeah, taking a break or whatever. And then I saw something. I think I saw one of our commercials or something, and I was going to text, and I was like, well, I'll go reach out to her on social media. And I'm like, oh, she's not on there. I'm going to have to text her. And then I just never did. But
I don't know where I thought that was going. It wasn't there. Okay.
But the point is, I actually think that kind of thing, setting the expectation like, hey, I'm out, but then also leaving is fine. I don't mind that, because then at least I know, oh, I can't hit you there. I got to go.
Oh yeah, I think it's totally fair to let people know. I think it's like the drawn out.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen people do it that said they were going to quit because and I mean, there's lots of reasons. Like it could be pretty toxic, but then it's almost like they want a stage to talk about
Don't
all
quit.
the bad things.
Yeah, that or like they're dying for the attention of.
Like someone was mean to me, and here's a chance to talk. I think I'm thinking of leaving.
That's different than the people who should quit.
Right, which is
Us doing this podcast. No, I'm just
yeah. Everyone's like, take your own advice. But back to Last Word, Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it because.
You sound kind of questioning though.
Well, yeah, no, I am excited about it, but I'm excited for it for a lot of reasons. Well, we've talked about this a lot on how I feel I'm kind of in the process of pivoting, not wanting to make my main thing writing anymore. How I
Right.
really, I don't know how to describe it other than like, I feel called to create things for other writers. And I've also had the epiphany, this I've kind of known for a while, but I finally let myself accept it, for a while now, have enjoyed updating my author website more than I have writing the books.
Oh, really?
Not like all the time. I just finished Miranda in Retrograde, and like it was kind of miserable, but also at the end I was a little bit sad. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my character.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
were.
it was definitely, that was bittersweet. But like in general, I get so excited every time I think about working on a website, and I don't get as excited thinking about. Well, whatever. That's a little bit of tangent. Where I'm going with this, I think why I'm so excited about this is twofold. One, moving into the realm of templates as opposed to focusing on the custom work, which is what we've done before, is I feel like it's the first time I'll really be able to like do something as like a designer in the creator sense. Whereas up until this point, we've been people's bitches a little bit. And like, I love our clients, and like, I want them to love the website, but like, I think there's sort of two different kinds of designers. And I know this one designer in particular talks about this, of you can be like the creator designer, where you yourself are an artist and people hire you to like create something for them.
Right.
Or, and I'm forgetting now what she calls it, but it's basically like an implementation designer, where like, so the client has the vision and you do it for them.
Oh, I see.
And that I think is mostly what we've been doing is like, no, I don't like that shade of purple. I'll do something else. And I spend forever trying to find the right shade of purple for them. Or like, no, I don't like that particular sunset picture.
Right.
And then I'm chasing down all these sunset pictures. I'm like, this one, this one.
Yeah, you're more of like a glorified gopher.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't
Which is how I've always thought of you.
well, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice to hear from your husband and not alarming at all. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that new direction. But then also and that was a tangent again, I am excited that we are going to have an umbrella for stuff that we do together. Because I feel like we actually kind of do like a lot of things like in tandem.
Hey.
In tandem, but then it gets confusing that it's like, well, it's Lauren Lane and Anthony Ladon.
Is it confusing? Like what's
Well,
the confusing part?
for example, every time you send something via Dropbox, because we have that shared Dropbox,
Oh.
but like I'm branded as Lauren Lane, so people are going. I mean, I'm sure nobody cares,
Right,
But
yeah.
it's little things like that, or even if we were to like create something together, like a Notion template or a website template, or something.
Yeah.
Because I think we definitely would work on those kind of projects together, and then to just have basically a place to put them,
Yeah.
I think will be helpful.
I agree. Plus, it keeps everything straight.
Yeah.
Because I was raised in a conservative household, and everything had to be straight. I'm working on a joke there. I mean,
I let that one hang.
yeah. See, this is helpful. I'm workshopping stuff, and that didn't work.
Well, I sometimes I can't tell because I know that you weren't raised in a conservative household. So
I know. Yeah.
And then I got confused.
That's okay. Well, I'll come back. I'll get another one.
All right.
You made it sound like I was raised in a super gay household.
No.
That's probably. Yeah.
You were raised in, from what I can tell, a middle of the road.
Yeah.
There you go. Yikes.
Okay, so last word. Is that the last word on last word? No.
It could be, yeah. Well, I feel like I'm doing all the talking about it. So yeah, let's make it the last word on last word.
No, we can keep going. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this next session of yours, or this next journey. I hate that word. I'm excited to see this next chapter.
That's a good one. It's fitting too for last word.
It is. Oh yes, it took me a few times to get there,
Yeah,
but I'm excited to see this next chapter of yours with regard to last word, especially when it comes to pivoting from, well, not only pivoting from writing to designing, but also pivoting from whatever the gopher designer to the creator designer, where it sounds like you'll create templates and then have them for sale. Like,
Yes.
just in case that wasn't clear to the people. at
Right.
home.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So we're shifting, and this has been another thing. We're shifting into Squarespace. So last word is basically going to be, and I have like plans for expansion and there's roadmap, but right now it is Squarespace website templates for authors, and it's kind of win-win for authors and for me, because then like I know that I'm a good designer. Like I am 100% sure I have a good eye for this stuff. I know what looks good. I know what works well. And that's, I think, why I sometimes don't enjoy some of the custom stuff, is because I'll build something that looks great. And even if it's not your style, like it works well. And then the client sometimes will be like, oh, I want to change, like I want this. And I'm like, this looks terrible. And it's going to be hard for your readers, but because they're, they paid you to do this custom thing, you have to do this custom thing. Whereas this, it's win-win for me because I can really kind of come at it from like the creative place, and I love that. But also it makes it so much more affordable for authors.
Yeah.
Like it's a couple $100 instead of thousands of dollars, and they are then empowered to keep it updated, which is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well done. I'm excited to see what happens.
Thank you, Anthony. I'm pretty excited too.
I mean, candidly speaking, I'm pumped.
Well, and eventually, I really, that I really like that like niche idea of like, I do like, we are this and we do this for these people. So, and I always am trying not to like overcomplicate the message, and I'm about to do that, but it would be fun to incorporate comic websites into that as well.
Oh yeah.
Because that's also another huge need, I think.
Oh yeah, I think we could totally do that. It'd be pretty easy too. I mean, because they only need one page, a couple of pages.
Exactly.
Their big dumb face on a page, and then whatever.
You
show
know,
dates they might
okay,
have.
so I was thinking about that because I've been playing around with the template, and this is actually, well, it's a little bit true for authors as well, author websites, but it's really true for you guys, comedians. I think the big issue with what a lot of people want from their website or what they're envisioning for their website, or when they try to use a template that's not built for authors or for comedians, is a lot of website templates and website designs look great because they have great photos. And this is the thing that I don't think people understand. They're like, oh, I really like Jenna Kutcher's website, who, those of you guys don't know, is a huge like influencer, educator, whatever. It's because she's, well, first of all, she's a photographer. Like that's her thing. So she really knows photography. She continually has brand shoots. So she has just all these high quality pictures of herself all the time.
Oh yeah, and videos.
And videos.
Like
Exactly.
just run in the background.
Yep.
Constantly.
And there's like on every single page, and there's a lot of pages. She has unique
That's what I'm going for.
high res
Videos.
videos
And photos.
Yes. Yeah, but see, most people don't. Most people don't have that. Like authors in
Right.
particular really don't. But even comedians, like that's, you know, when you picture like Jerry Seinfeld's website, you know, he's got that super sexy like black him on stage, and it's just like perfect because he's Seinfeld. So you know, somebody's bothered to take that great picture of him.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's really going to be kind of the tricky things. I think there's this expectation, especially among comedians, that that's what the website is supposed to look like, and they're like, oh shoot, I don't have that photo. So I think there's really room to kind of like be like, okay, why don't we create a simpler website that maybe isn't quite as sexy in terms of the full bleed imagery, but that is easy for you to update. Like, 'cause you probably have a picture of your face somewhere that you can put in a little circle
Yeah.
next to your name.
Yeah,
And
we
call it
can
good.
we can refer people over to get headshots and stuff as well, like for the.
Yeah. Yeah. I was specifically thinking on like the on stage
Oh
thing.
yeah.
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 Yeah, I think we should totally do it. Comics need websites too. Got them covered.
Yeah, everybody needs one. This is like a little shout out to those of you authors or whoever's listening, thinking like, I don't need a website. I just have Instagram or Facebook. You need a website. Like your website is the only place, I'm going to preach here. It's the only place on the internet that you actually own. Like it's your little
Right.
corner. Like, so Facebook, you know, can like whatever, get sued by China and get shut down, or not sued, but you know what I mean? Like it can get shut down. It can get hacked. Like all these
Well, it seems
things
like
can
every other
happen.
week, Zuck's in front of the Senate. some sort of
Exactly.
Senate
I know.
hearing.
I know. And I mean, who knows what's his face is doing with Twitter, X, or whatever we're supposed to call it. Like that could be, you know, if like that's your main presence and that starts to get weird, you're screwed. Instagram obviously has changed so much after it got purchased by Facebook or Meta or whatever thing we're supposed to call it now. Whereas your website, I mean, like, of course it can go down if like there's server issues somewhere.
Yeah, but that's not that's an actual hardware. That's a software or hardware issue. It's not a business like a business decision isn't going to take down your website. It'll stay up there as long as there's electricity and you're paying the bills. That's the difference. Whereas if Zuck decides, oh, we're gonna mute your conspiracy theory account,
Right.
and I don't know why conspiracy theorists don't spend more time building their own websites and collecting email addresses to get their message out there. Like I think conspiracy theorists aren't smart. I think they must be low IQ, because if they had high IQs, they would build a website.
I didn't even know they were real. I thought like half of them were bots just stirring up trouble.
Oh, maybe, but the bots are stupid then. Like they should have their own websites. They should start collecting email
They
addresses.
should be on MailChimp.
Yeah, get a free MailChimp account, bots. Do they listen to this? I mean, half of our 29 subscribers are probably bots, but on YouTube.
And we're giving them instructions.
Yeah, on
Go
YouTube.
get your own website.
Okay, chat, listen up. I'm excited for chat to be able to respond to voice.
Oh,
Are you using ChatGPT, by the way?
A
Like
lot.
in general?
A lot.
For what?
I use it. Well, I actually found myself using it. So I know like not for writing. Nobody panic. It's not doing the writing. But I was using it. Like I used to use the thesaurus nonstop on my like that. Like if I'm writing, the thesaurus is always up because I'm like, oh, I've been using the word like gaze. I way overuse the word gaze. So like I would always
Well,
gaze.
Hell's Kitchen. We're in Hell's Kitchen.
Gaze.
Dang
Like
Telegraph that one.
yeah, there's lots of synonyms for the other one. But anyway, I would always be opening that up and then I'm trying to find the right word and I spend all this time clicking. Whereas with chat, you can just say, however many you want, give me 20 synonyms for yelled. And it does the same thing, but it's much faster. and they're listed out. Like, this sounds so silly, but it's easier to kind of scan them because
Yeah.
they're listed out like in a bullet point, as opposed to, you know, how the dictionary is, where it's like a list of words.
Right. And you can even specify, do you want them comma separated?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it responds to that because
Oh.
I use it. Not that I was only asking you so that you could ask me, but I use it for like YouTube titles for the shorts and stuff. Which you can, by the way, you can really tell when somebody's using Chat GPT for YouTube titles because it's like understanding the impossible : one man's search for glory. It's like it's the stupidest thing.
But you said they were effective, right? Or
Oh
did
yeah,
I-
they're getting views. Like that's why I mean I'll still do it, but and I use them for tags to generate tags based on the transcript of videos, which I found useful because I don't want to spend any amount of time tagging things, but apparently YouTube says it's important, and all the little tweens who have YouTube videos about how to YouTube suggest doing some sort of tagging. So like I'll just use chat to generate tags.
barely even know what that means.
You
Well,
know,
that's
like
pretty
it's almost like it's like a hashtag.
Oh,
But
right,
you
right,
don't
right.
see them for the most part. Excuse
That
me.
makes sense.
They're usually behind the scenes, or they
I
are
see.
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, I use it for writing as a thesaurus, and then I use it. Actually, I've been using it a lot lately as I've been building these website templates for the actual like instead of just doing lorem ipsum, which is what I would normally do for
Right.
you know, like here's a book description. I'm not gonna like write a fake book description for every single template, but you can really like the template I just built was for a women's fiction author, and I said give me 10 titles of a women's fiction book about, you know, a woman like starting over after about whatever. And I came up with Echoes of Tomorrow, and I'm like, that's a good title. So we're gonna do that. And then I was like, write me a blurb basically for Echoes of Tomorrow. And I like it. I'm like, it should be set in a small town, Whispering Pines community. There should be a love interest. And it was perfect. It was like better than any blurb I've ever written. So yeah, I've been using, and for like the fake bios, like instead of again on
And
the
like an
about
author
page.
bio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like on these template, instead of doing the bio goes here, lorem ipsum, you can actually kind of, and I think it helps. It like, especially if people don't have that content or that copy already written, this kind of give them a sense of the tone of what they could put in there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It helps. It's easier to see yourself in there.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's great. All right. So you're using it.
Yeah. I like when it first came on the scene, I was like, this is crazy, nonsense, revolt. But I'm like, it's pretty darn helpful. So yeah, I'm a big fan. I don't know if I used it for voice recognition, to go back to when you first brought it up. You said you're excited for chat. Didn't you just say that? Something chat and voice?
Yeah, I did. I don't know why I said
Oh.
that. And I can't remember exactly what I said. Maybe I'm excited for like the Rero version or the Alexa version of you know, chat or something.
That makes sense.
So that you could just speak, "Hey, chat." Or maybe they're going to change it up so it's like, "Howdy, chat." And then it would, you know, say,
Answer whatever question.
"Chat here." Yeah, yeah, and then you would ask your
I
question.
gotcha.
I don't know why I'm painting the entire transcript of how this conversation with chat would go.
I know, and you seem very like focused and into it. Like you can see the wheels turning in your head
Yeah.
as you think through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So how many minutes do we have?
We have 1 minute and
Ooh.
46 seconds left.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back to last word since that's
Okay.
what I talked about, and I basically I hijacked this whole episode, you guys, and sorry because I've been really excited about this.
This is one long commercial for our brand new business called Last Word.
Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of is because this has been one thing like I've been moving this direction for a while, but I've gone through so many iterations of like, oh, I'll do Elaine Creative, and then that was too close to Lauren Lane, but not. Yeah. It was
Did
confusing.
people tell you that?
No, but for me, because I was like, even when I was writing the bio, because I had to write my own bio, couldn't rely on chat for that one. But it was like, hey, I'm Lauren from Elaine Creative, and then like trying to explain what's Elaine. Well, Elaine's my middle name. Well, wait, your name's Lauren Elaine Lane. No, Lane's a pen name. Like it just, I don't know. It wasn't that for me. It just didn't feel right. Like it didn't feel right. And
Yeah.
also kind of the direction I was going was not something that people needed. And then I was like, oh, I'll do Lauren Lane Studio. But that felt, then again, that kind of confusing. I'm like, well, I'll just have it all under the Lauren Lane umbrella. And that was my worst decision yet, because people come in and you're like, well, which one do you want? And there's like books and website templates and like writing tools.
I think your worst decision yet was those flowy pants.
No, I like those flowy pants. Guys, I have these amazing, they're the most comfortable. First of all,
Tom, if you're out there, this is a fight.
Yes, I want witnesses. Somebody comment that wide leg pants are in.
No, okay.
Yes.
I know. No,
No,
I'm not
flowy wide leg pants,
No.
which is what did you call them? You call them flowy pants?
Yeah, I might have called them a flowy pants, but you look like a sugar glider when you put them on.
They're the most comfortable. And if you get rid of them, I found the Amazon link again today, so I can just repurchase them.
I can't get rid of them. They would take up like the entire garbage can. They're beautiful.
There.
All right, that's our time.
That's our time. Good ending.
It was a good ending. Thank you so much for listening. I don't care if you like or subscribe. I mean, it would help us to get a sponsorship from Squarespace, maybe if we get above 29 YouTube subscribers eventually. Yeah, but thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. And if you have topic suggestions, questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to vote on whether or not Lauren should dump her sugar glider hammer pants.
I'm going to make, they're not hammer pants. They're too flowy at the bottom to be hammer pants. I'm going to make Anthony put the link for those pants in the description of this.
Yeah, we'll put them in the show notes. You'll see them there, and you can decide for yourselves
how comfy they are.
Oh, God. And if you do have them, send us a picture. Maybe we'll throw it up on the next podcast of you enjoying and fully enjoying your flowy pants and supporting
The sugar
Lauren.
gliders.
The sugar gliders. That's right. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.